Hey, this is Matt once again. Figure I'd do a little, well, probably long DVD and Blu-ray update, since I did pick up quite a few stuff, among others. First off, a little drink. Something I tried out, the Merry Mashup. Not too bad. Granted, it's no Mellow Yellow, but, cranberry. Cranberry Mountain Deus. Not that bad. It's one of those limited time things, so I figured I'd drink this for a little bit before it goes out. First off, very nice guy named Pauric and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. He had sent me this, which I did not know what this was at first until I read the note. Hey Matt, I hope you enjoy Demon House aka Night of the Demons 3. Pauric. Yeah, I hope I pronounced the first name right. So yeah, this is Night of the Demons 3. Which is cool because I have the first one on Blu-ray. I think it's in one of my sleeves over there. I did a long time ago someone had sent me Night of the Demons 2, so now I have the third film. I think there's only 3 movies other than the remake. But I guess overseas it's called Demon House, which is strange. Usually they take the title with the more familiar namesake to sell. But yeah, cool to have that for the collection. So thank you so much, Pauric. Let's see. Next up, we're going to go with these two big boys. The Blob BluRay. I did check out the Blu-ray. Great job. A couple tiny nitpicks, but overall, I would say so far this is the best release of a Blu-ray for me personally this year. I actually like this cover a lot. A lot of people didn't, but to me, the busy work, it works considering the chaos that happens in the third act. And I thought it was really nice artwork. Maybe not have this fire thing because it looks as if the cover is torn. I know it's supposed to be a flamethrower, but I don't know. It just looks as if your eyes glass as like the cover's been torn. But so glad this film finally got the respect it deserved. I've been screaming off the rooftops for this for the longest time. And this is one of my favorite films ever. I love this film to death. I love the cast, the script, the effects, the music, really likable characters, sense of humor, but also very gory, horrific special effects. It's everything you want in a monster movie, and something that sadly they do not do anymore. They just don't make movies like this anymore. It's R-rated. It kills kids. It's actually very smart in its script. The fake slasher film that they're watching in the movie theater. And it's packed to the gills with features. You have 3 commentary tracks, one from an older release. I think Twilight Times, that Blu-ray. Commentary with actress Shawnee Smith, and a commentary with Chuck Russell, the cinematographer, the special effects artist, and moderated by filmmaker Joe Lynch. I would say that's the best commentary, very entertaining, very informative. The commentary with Shawnee Smith, it's okay. It's cool that she's very proud of the film, that she finally talked about the film. But she had not seen the film in a while, and then she very silent for chunks of it. And I would prefer her actually watching the film before sitting down. So you just wait, like, say something. And it should have just been an interview. She should have seen the film, then done an interview. I think that would have been better. But I mean, it's cool that she talks about it. It's sad Kevin Dillon is not on it. I think if Kevin Dillon was on the features, this go from like an A to an A plus release, but I know the Stream Factory said that he was busy. Busy with what? I don't know, but you do have a lot of interviews, though. Director Chuck Russell, interview with the production designer, special effects artists, many of them, including Tony Gardner. Actors like Donovan Leitch, Jeffrey DeMunn, Tandy Clark. It says here Ricky Paul Golden, who is the buddy who gets blobbed in the car. He's not in there, though. Stream Factory, just fucking do this when you're actually settled on who you're going to fucking interview. Just, this is not the first time you've done this. On that Critters box set, you said Scott Grimes was interviewed, and then he's not interviewed. Proofread your shit. That's another pit. Like, if you advertise someone, let it be fucking on there. Don't. That's technically false advertising. Bill Moseley, though, which is weird because he's in the film like 30 seconds, but it was still a good interview. Some of it, I mean, it was cool to hear that they're proud of the film. Some of them, like Jeffrey DeMunn and Tandy Clark, you didn't really learn a lot of info from the interviews. It's more like, oh, that's cool to see them in today's age and they seem, proud of the film. More of that nature. But, the effects guys and Donovan Leitch and like a 2-part interview with Chuck Russell. A lot of good info. I'm not sure about doing Blu-ray reviews because spoiling what's in the interviews, it makes me go, well, wait a minute, don't people want to get it and see for themselves and find out for themselves the first time watching the interviews? So that's what I mean, like, I don't know about doing Blu-ray reviews in the future, because wouldn't I be spoiling, either repeating what you already saw, or spoiling what you want to find out for yourself the first time? So I thought the picture quality looked fine, audio quality, there were no mess-ups that I noticed. The third commentary I didn't listen to because I listened to 2 commentaries. Behind the scenes footage, you don't hear the dialogue, but you see the footage with the music on there. Trailer, TV spots. Just pat to the deals with features. Again, I do wish Kevin Dillon was interviewed. That's the big one. B, Shawnee Smith should have just been an interview, not a commentary. I mean, the commentary, still nice that she's proud of the film and so forth, but just a lot of dead spots. Did she seen it for the first time in so many decades, really? But other than that, absolute must buy for anyone who's a fan of the film, for anyone who's even thinking about the film. This is the best way to get it. Not the DVD. This has much better picture quality. Not the Twilight Times, which is overpriced, and this has better picture quality in my opinion than the Twilight Times. And again, the fact that this finally got the respect it deserves, I'm so glad for that. I really, truly am. Richly deserved. Finally. I look forward to what they do with April Fool's Day and My Bloody Valentine, based on, that. Now this I have not watched yet, but I really look forward to it. And that is Big Trouble in Little China from Scream Factory. Run into the distant night. Decent cover. I do wish, why could you not have Dennis Dunn or Victor Wan on the cover? But you have all this blank space here. You could put Dennis Dunn or Victor Wan or such in there. Just, they're important characters in the film. And you do have... I do like the way this is done, because a lot of times when someone has this picture, the head is right up here. So I like that it's centered and with the white background. Just makes the picture look better. so that the head is right at the top of the screen or the page. And I always thought that was a cool poster. Although once again, why not have Dennis Dunn on there? No Dennis Dunn on the poster. Now, like I said, I have not looked at the features, but I'm very curious about it because it is a 2-disc set. Very nice artwork. And shitload of features. I mean, they carry over the features, the John Carpenter Russell commentary, trailer, TV spots, features from the 2-disc DVD, not 2-disc, 2-disc DVD, extended ending, music video, deleted scenes. They also have the features from the Arrow Blu-ray, which is very cool. So if you're not able to see that, they have the new interview with John Carpenter, Caruso, Dean Cundy, Larry Franco, the producer, stuntman Jeff Imada. That's very nice. And new interviews with Dennis Dunn. Holy shit, they found him. He disappeared. But wow, that when I read that, I'm like, definitely picking this up. James Hahn, Peter Kwan, one of the Three Storms. I think they have one of the other Three Storms. You also have Donald Lee, who's one of the cast members. James Liu, who's a martial arts choreographer. You have, I forgot his name. He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He was in Die Hard. I cannot believe I cannot remember his name. It'll come to me after I shut the video off. And people will say in the comment section. But yeah, really looking forward to the features on this. And also new commentaries. Commentary producer Larry J. Franco. And a commentary with special effects artist Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson, I've liked his interviews, so I'm very curious what he will be like on a commentary track. So, really look forward to it. And I love this film. This is a classic, absolute classic, and one of my favorite John Carpenter movies. Easily one of my favorite Carpenter films. Next up is Cuffs. In a way, Deadpool before Deadpool, movie-wise. Now, not R-rated, but if you did Deadpool PG-13, this would be the way to do it. I keep mentioning that because Cuffs, if you did that character in the 90s, Christian Slater would be the perfect guy to play it, based on this. How he talks, the way he is conversing with people, breaking the fourth wall, even the way the movie kind of breaks the fourth wall away. For example, when he's with this other actor, Tony Goldwyn, from Patrick Swayze's Ghost, among others, and because of PG-13, the guy starts cursing, but anytime he curses, there's a honk, there's this and that, and then the conversation ends, and then he turns to Christian Slater and goes, "Fuck you." Or he gets flowers for his girlfriend, and he writes a message, "Love and kisses to all your pretty pink parts." something of that nature. But, I mean, I love this film. That's why I had to get on Blu-ray. I don't know why Christian Slater's not interviewed. I don't know if he's busy making more shitty direct-to-video films. I don't know. You do have a commentary co-writer, director Bruce A. Evans, and co-writer-producer Reynold Gideon. You also have a interview with them. Interview with Harold Faltermeyer, who did the music. Trailers, TV spots. So I haven't watched those features yet, but this is such an underrated film, Cuffs, and I'm glad I finally got a Blu-ray. Richly deserved. And yeah, I do wish Christian Slater was interviewed. I don't know what the deal is with that. Really don't. This is the pretty much the Sally does not have a Blu-ray. Richly deserves it. Very underrated action film, hard-hitting action film, where Don Johnson's character Jerry Beck goes after these white supremacist group of assholes, dickwads. And you got Penelope Ann Miller, William Forsythe, Tim Reed, directed by John Frankenheimer, and fucking Woody Allen. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. I definitely wanted... One of the big reasons I wanted to see this again was because I saw Miami Vice, a TV show, for the first time. Really enjoyed it, although I had issues with the 4th and 5th season, but still pretty damn good show. Really good show. And really enjoyed Don Johnson. I had first seen him in this, and I still would say this is my favorite role of his. And William Forsythe does not play a bad guy, surprisingly enough. But yeah, Don Johnson's great in this. Very underrated picture. And like I said, Warner Archive, this is the only way you can have the film in widescreen. There's other older DVDs on full screen. Hopefully one day that gets a Blu-ray. Let's see, let's show. Okay, these two I got from a guy online who I'm not going to mention because he didn't want, he didn't want his name mentioned. He's the same guy that I got the Golden Child Blu-ray, True Lies on Blu-ray. Well, technically, Mike got it, and then he got another copy, and he sent me that copy. So technically, from Mike, but he got it from this guy. Also, I got the Abyss Blu-ray. Wait, they're not on Blu-ray. Yeah, you know what I mean. So we have it was only going to be one of these, but something, the mail fucked up. Not him, the mail fucked up. So I got two. He was very nice enough to do that. He didn't have to, but it was very kind of him. First off is the Keep. This is the free one I got, which very kind of him to do so. And this film's probably never going to get a Blu-ray officially. And you'll definitely never see that extended cut. But I like this film. I reviewed it. Nice to see an HD TV version, alternate ending. That's a special feature. Little behind the scenes featurette, trailer. Yeah, very nice. And this one, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, the unrated cut on Blu-ray. Now, I love this one. I know people hate this movie to death. I disagree 110%. Well, Jason's not in it. Yeah, you know what film he's also not in? The original Friday the 13th. And Jason's in this more than Friday the 13th, the first film. And more stuff happens in this. And I like the original Friday the 13th. The only one I really hate is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I try to give it leeway, like it's not good, but no, I saw that again. It is a piece of shit. In fact, I've always thought it was a piece of shit, but I'm like, I can watch it as background noise. No, it really is a piece of shit. So if there's one I hate, it's that one. This one, though, I think is the most underrated. I love this cover art, too. That's really cool. But you have the unrated. It's on Blu-ray, but it's the R-rated cut, because Paramount, whoever fuck, well, New Line Cinema, who the fuck owns it now? They don't give a fuck. They definitely don't give a fuck about this. So the rated R cut they put on the Blu-ray, but not the unrated. So I wanted the unrated cut, and now I do in HD. This also has the work print, which is very cool. Which the work print, it doesn't have the kill with the campers, because the word print was the first screening of the movie, meaning this is what they first showed. And then they did notes, cut this out, and add in, it's like the word print of Hard Target, where it doesn't have the extended fight with Van Damme and Lance Henriksen. This is their first word print, first cut of the film. So that's the only bad thing about the word print. It doesn't have the death with the campers, the two girls, one guy, which really you just see the death of the one girl that gets ripped apart, ripped in half like a wishbone. But it was cool still to see the lead guy, John D. LeMay, actually is the one who kicks the knife into Jason at the finale, which is much better. You actually see demons pulling Jason down. You see more of the demons pulling Jason down to the ground, which was nice. I like that instead of this worm thing that went up, what was her name? Erin Gray's twat, and then Jason was reborn. It was like a demon thing that crawled around. I thought that worked better. So it was cool to see the word print. And you do have the commentary. I didn't think it would, but you do have the commentary with Adam Marcus and Dean Lorey that was on the unrated DVD, TV version, alternate scenes, trailer. And it does have this. So you can show what cover you want. But yeah, this was a really cool thing to get. Didn't cost too much too, so again, very nice to have this. I love it. People are like, why do you love this film? Because for part 9, just because it does something different doesn't automatically make it good. In that case, sometimes it does. I like John D. LeMay as the lead. I thought he was one of the more likable characters in a Friday the 13th film, and I like a lot of the characters in Friday the 13th movies. He's, I would say, my favorite character in the Friday the 13th films is John D. LeMay. He was very relatable, easy to root for. I like that instead of just survival, he has a mission to save his baby. So it gave the characters a bit more, again, to do than just survival. I like Stephen Williams as the bounty hunter Duke. I thought it was well filmed for the low budget. I thought the effects by Tamby were outstanding. I would say it's the goriest Friday the 13th film. I can't think of another Friday the 13th film that's gorier. Maybe the uncut version of Part 7, The New Blood, which I have. Looks like a VHS tape, but that actually helps with the feel of it. It is like the New Blood recut uncut that I found online that someone did. And what's cool about that, it doesn't have the numbers of the word print. It's just the footage. And it looks like a VHS tape, which, again, some would say that's bad. To me, it brings a little bit of a character to it. But yeah, that one, it's fast-paced, 90 minutes, it's fun. I like that there's elements of the Terminator, protect the woman and unborn, here a child, and Terminator is a child not born yet. And the hidden. I like those elements being put into it. Oh, there's no Jason. Again, there's more Jason in this than the original Friday the 13th, and I like this more than the original Friday the 13th. I'm sorry, side by side, this has more going for it than the original Friday the 13th. People didn't try to tell me differently. Feel free to explain. And I don't hate the original Friday the 13th, but just saying. It's not like the original Friday the 13th had a lot going on. It was a camp version of Halloween. Even Victor Miller admitted he just ripped off Halloween. With a 50-year-old woman somehow hanging a guy with arrows in him. Man, she must be she was a very strong grandma. No disrespect to Bitsy Palmer. And I like Friday the 13th, but it's not my favorite of the franchise. It's not in my top 5 favorite of that franchise. It'd be Jason Goes to Hell, Part 7 The New Blood, Jason Lives. You know, I really like Jason X. And then I'll probably go Part 4, the final chapter, then Jason X. As of right now. Part 2 I like more than Part 1. But yeah, I like all of them except Part 8. But anyway. I know I showed this before, but RB, thanks once again for gifts like this. John Wick 3. Still my favorite film of the year. I do wish there was a commentary. Just John Wick 2 had a commentary with Keanu Reeves and director. No commentary on this. I don't know why. But other than that, very solid release. Yes, I did get this. Because I liked it as a time waster. It could have been better. It should have been better. I'll give you that. It's not a film I would defend. But I like the 2 actors. I liked Idris Elba. And I did. It was a fun time waster. Maybe because I like the Fast and Furious films, but it's not as if it's a favorite franchise of mine. How some people feel about Fast and Furious is how I feel about Rambo. So when Rambo Last Blood to kiss my ass, that's why. Because I'm very, very much a Rambo fan. Fast and Furious, the first one's mid. The second one I actually like a lot. The third one I don't care for. The fourth one is the worst one. The fifth one I would say is the best one. The sixth one, pretty damn good. Seventh, eighth, and then this. So, and for the collection, the Fast and Furious collection. So, see, next up, got this for a couple dollars. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Yeah, I didn't care for some of the juvenile humor. And some characters, like this overweight kid, kind of got on my nerves at times. But it was silly, goofy, fast-paced, fun. Has some energy to it when it got going, especially in the third act when these characters make weapons as if it was the video game Dead Rising and start killing zombies. You even have zombie cats. So you tell the people who made it just wanted to have a good time. And overall, that's how I felt. It was a good time at the movies. You know, fun flick. Yeah, not all the jokes work, but still a fun time. Glad to have in my collection. Next up, Deep Space. Cannot believe this finally got a Blu-ray release. This is a very cheap, low-budget B-movie. Stars Charles Napier, who played Murdoch in Rambo 2. One of the few times he got to be the lead guy as the hero. And Fred Olen Ray, easily his best film. Fred Olen Ray is not a good director. And you could easily say this isn't a good film. For example, Julie Newmar from the TV show Batman. She plays a psychic. You did not need that character in the movie at all. The production values are cheap. The monster can barely move. It looks like a xenomorph only if it had spikes. So like a heavy metal xenomorph. But with all that said, when I first saw this to now, I still enjoy this film. I think it's a fun film. Charles Napier does a really good job. I also like Bo Sevenson. Both solid, underappreciated actors. You know, despite, you just say, cliche look of the creature, I still like it. I still like the practical effects of it. There's some little decent bits of gore. The ending is extremely satisfying when our hero cuts the alien's head off with a fucking chainsaw. little quirky moments, a la Charles Napier's talking to this government asshole who has a gun on him. So Charles Napier just takes his cigarette and puts into the barrel of the asshole's gun. Little moments like that made me though. If you're not going to expecting much, I think it's a fun film, and especially the third act. And this transfer is one of the best transfers I've seen for an older film in a long time. This film was only on VHS, and really poor quality because it was either fuzzy or, in particular, very dark, so you couldn't see shit. This transfer looks like a film that would come out today. Like the way it looks on the back of this cover, and I don't know why I'm slowing down. My computer can't handle me talking about Deep Space, I guess. I don't want to install updates. Fuck off. Maybe that's why, but yeah. The way it looks on this is how it looks in the film. That crystal clear. I was really surprised by the transfer. The kind of different array is there, but with that said, like the picture quality and to have the film finally on Blu-ray, this is one of those films I already mentioned. Why isn't that film on Blu-ray? And it finally did. I want to thank Scorpion Releasing, which I know I think they have a subsidiary that released this. I forget the name of that. But it's pretty much Scorpion Releasing. So, give credit where credit's due. Thank you for finally releasing this on Blu-ray. Now, just hope one day we'll get films like Murder by Phone with Richard Chamberlain, Nightlife with Scott Grimes, also known as Grave Misdemeanors, but on video it's called Nightlife. Blue Monkey, some of these other films on Blu-ray before they're lost to time. Last couple, The Mangler. Now, I did have this film on Blu-ray from overseas, but got this because the 2K scan of the unrated cut. Because if you saw this on VHS or even the Blu-ray overseas, when it got to the uncut material, which is a few moments of gore, you tell a different change in the picture quality. Not the case in this. So all looks like the same film, which is fantastic. You also have a counter with the co-writer Stephen David Brooks, which he seems fairly proud of the film, which was a surprise, nice surprise. And he talks about working with Tobe Hooper. Decent commentary. It's all pretty decent. Interview with Robert Englund, which was nice. Nice that he sat down for an interview for this. And a trailer. And I love this film. It is my favorite Tobe Hooper film. Don't get me wrong, I love Chainsaw. I reviewed most of Tobe Hooper's films on the channel. Just go on my channel, type in Tobe Hooper, or type in Tobe Hooper Rambo for Life up there. And I reviewed Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2, Life Force, The Funhouse, Spontaneous Combustion, Jinn, Crocodile, I think it was. What was the TV movies he did? I reviewed a lot of Tobe Hooper movies. I love how quirky and weird this movie is. It's such a daft concept, killer fucking laundry machine. But I love Ted Levine as the lead. I love some of the bits of dialogue. Bullshit, reality. Reality, bullshit. This is bullshit, Mark. Is that a threat? How about take those crutches, stick up your ass, your moldy ass, you fucking clown. That's Ted Levine talking to Robert Englund. Take those crutches, stuff up your moldy ass, you fucking clown. So I love Ted Levine. I really like Robert Englund as the human villain of the piece. Yeah, some nice moments of gore. Crazy fucking finale. If you don't go crazy, go crazy. At least it wasn't boring. And It just has a nice, interesting, quirky feel to it. I don't think it's nearly as bad as his reputation. Not nearly as bad. For the two elite actors, the fun bits of gore, quirky moments, like the character of Pitcher Man. There's a moment where he rises up and spits blood right at the camera. That's what I mean. Moments like that made me know, this film has a lot more going to it. And it does have a little bit of a black humor that went over a lot of critics' heads. There's a black sense of humor to this that you could, nowadays you clearly see. But I guess critics didn't know or didn't care to see it. And last but not least, I don't know if the person who sent me this want their name revealed. Because there are people that don't want their name revealed, and so sometimes I'm a bit unsure about that. If you didn't care, feel free to comment down below if you see this. But a very nice individual sent me this, which was on my Amazon wish list. Stone Cold with Brian Bosworth. Underrated action films in the 90s, directed by Trader Baxley, who did I Come in Peace and Action Jackson. Love this film. Brian Bosworth, who was a football player, did a really good job in the lead. He didn't do too many films after this where he was a star, though. The only other decent one I can think of is One Man's Justice, also known as One Tough Bastard. That's a good one, but this is definitely his best one. Lance Henriksen is your villain. You also have William Forsythe, who's in Dead Bane over there. No features, sad to say. This cover sucks. I know it's a theatrical poster. The video cover was a lot better than this. This looks like the Terminator. That's the Terminator. What, is Brian Bosworth going up against cyborg bikers? Maybe Stone Cold 2, that could happen, but there's no robots. There's no Arnold Schwarzenegger that kind of looks like Arnold. With dick-sucking lips. I guess if Arnold has Steven Tyler lips. And I guess, he's the Terminator's going to face off against bikers. Maybe it's the Terminator fighting bikers. Arnold's going to fight bikers. I know he did it at the beginning of T2. When he wants the boots and the... But anyway, regardless of the shitty cover and no features, which hell, there's a little bit on YouTube where there was a little Q&A, and Brian Bosworth mentioned info about how there was another director and a chunk of the film was done, and then that director got fired or something. Then they called in Trader Baxley in. Like, those are interesting stories you can have on it, but it's Olive Films, and Olive Films don't really do a lot of features for their Blu-rays. But yeah, Stone Cold, really good action film. So with that said, knew it wouldn't be a short one. It's almost 40 minutes. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay tuned for more videos later.